Greetings, sisters and brothers of Local 2627. Today is Monday, September 19th, 2011. And this is Robert Ajayi, the president. Let me just give you a couple of updates for the week. As you know, about a month ago, the state workers, CSEA, took a 5-year contract to avoid layoffs for 2 years. Now, when this 2 years is up, that means they can lay off all these people. But they accepted a raise in health benefits, health benefit co-pays for members and their families. And they will get no raises for 3 years. That means first year 0, second year 0, third year 0, and on the last 2 years, the fourth and the fifth year, they will receive 2% for each year. Now, trust me, DC 37 is not going out like that. We will not accept anything like that. We're not giving back, and we're not accepting zeros. I just want to make you guys aware of that in case anybody was aware of this CSEA contract. I have a little bit of bad news for you. We had filed a suit to have exams given in our titles. We have about 12 titles, but we have no exams. There's no exam list, so people in jeopardy of being provisional for years or possibly not getting promotion because there's no promotional list. And we had to withdraw the suit. And let me read what came from the General Counsel's office. On July 8, 2011, the union filed a lawsuit in New York City County Supreme Court against the City of New York and the Department of Citywide Administrative Services for the city's failure to order and conduct open, competitive, and promotional civil service examinations and establish eligibility lists for the 12 computer titles represented by Local 2627, despite the existence of provisional employees in these titles beyond the 9 months allowed by Section 65(2) of the New York State Civil Service Law. Unfortunately, due to the fact that the state in 2007 enacted legislation rendering the 9-month limitation on provisional employees and the required administration of civil service exams for such competitive titles, inapplicability to DCAS employers, the union is barred by law from proceeding with this litigation until such time the litigation expires. The 2007 litigation reflected in Section 65(5) of the New York State Civil Service Law expires on December 31st, 2014. Thus, until that time, the union cannot compel the city through litigation to conduct examinations, establish eligibility lists for provisional employees and competitive civil service titles. So what they're talking about, the litigation, is the DCAS 5-year plan because of the Long Beach decision. So we're barred from having any type of litigation in court cases until December 31st of 2014. But please do not let this deter you. Please continue with getting your education upgraded, and we will do what we can do to try to circumvent this if possible, and try to get you guys who are provisional into permanent positions, and you guys who are who are waiting for promotions into a higher title. The story is not over yet, but I just want to let you know this is the last correspondence I got. Last night I attended the DC 37 scholarship dinner at Anton's out in Jamaica. We had 2 of our members on it and received scholarships. Brianna Valentine and Michael Feldman, the children of 2 of our members, received scholarships. And let me tell you guys to always make sure that when it's time to sign up for the scholarships, you have your children sign up for these scholarships. This is money that you can use towards your tuition. Because, when I say your tuition, meaning that, the parents are the ones who pay the tuitions. Also, when the SAT prep courses come available, please, sign your children up for it. It's out-of-pocket money. I think it costs $75 for members and $85 for non-members. But I mean, this is something to get your children into. If you get your children into this can cut down on some of the tuition payments that you have to pay, that you have to make towards your children's education. New York City Housing Authority, we had our first contract negotiation this morning. It was closed just to the local presidents and whatnot. And as things proceed with this, I will give you any updates on what's actually going on. And as a little bit of knowledge, anytime you're approached with a DOI investigation, you should notify the union and let us know that you're having one. But let me remind you that DOI can investigate any member of the city workforce that works for the city anytime they want to. So sometimes members will call us and ask us to do something about being investigated. There's nothing we can do about it. Sometimes you're allowed representation, depends on what type of case it is. So please do not hesitate to give this office a call if you do have a DOI investigation coming up. And let me also remind you, since we're talking about this type of thing, if you get arrested, you have about 36 hours or so, between 36 and 72 hours to notify your agency. You need to find out who to notify. And this notification should be done via some type of way. It can be memorialized, meaning documentation. Don't use word of mouth for this. Anyway, until next week, this is Robert Ajayi in Solidarity.